All right, ready to roll. Sorry about that. I take my orders from Kent, so we had to wait till the proper time. But obviously, starting out, today's a tough day. Third anniversary of when Wade was murdered. Just tough day for our program. Days is really the only player that was around from them, but our players are very aware of everything that went on. We talked about it this morning. I exchanged messages with his mom this morning. So just one of those, it seems like it was just yesterday. Time flies, and it's just one of those tough days for all of us who were around him and spent time with him, and was texting with Skylar earlier this morning. So it's just one of those days, but I think we'll continue to move forward and continue to support his family, and he'll continue to be a part of our thoughts and our prayers and our program as we move forward here. So, with that said, moving forward, Hurricane Ida affected our state quite a bit, and just like we did when there was the tornado up in Ruston on October 23rd, which is the Saturday that we play Ole Miss in football, we're going to play Nichols State at Nichols in Stoford Gym at 1 o'clock, and we're going to donate all the money back to the hurricane victims. We have a charity down there. We're going to donate all the money back to the hurricane victims right there in the Houma Thibodeau area. So very similar to what we did when we went on the road to play Louisiana Tech. We're going to do that on Saturday, October 23rd. Same thing with Nichols at Nichols to try to help raise some money for the folks that are still struggling and still working hard to recover and get back on their feet down in South Louisiana, or further South Louisiana. So that's something that kind of a tradition we want to continue when we can go help out other schools and help out the state and help out folks any way that we can. So we're going to do that on the 23rd. Before I get this question, our team and our program is 100% vaccinated. So every player on our team is vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Everybody in our program, managers, staff, everybody that's in our gym day to day is fully vaccinated. So we're full steam ahead with that, and just thankful that everybody's healthy and that we're hopefully going to be able to move through and have as normal a season as we can with as fewer disruptions as we can. But right now we're in the middle of boot camp as we get ready. Our first practice actually isn't until Friday. Because we'll finish up boot camp tomorrow. We'll take Thursday off to make up some of the boot camp days for some guys who couldn't finish or didn't finish or for whatever reason, and then we'll get going on Friday with our first practice. So we're 2 days into boot camp, going well so far. We finished up the conditioning portion this morning. Tomorrow will be more team building than the conditioning. The conditioning was the first couple days, and then tomorrow will be more of a team building exercise that will combine quite a bit of conditioning with it as well. So that's where we are with things, and we're excited to get rolling with practice, and excited for the season to start up. So I guess with that, we'll go to some questions.
How's it going, Coach? Darius obviously came in with Emmett and Javante and Trendon in 2018, so he's kind of like the last man, on the block from that class. How have you seen him embrace being someone the new guys look up to? One of the two seniors on this team was Xavier. How well has he kind of matured into this increased leadership role, having been here for 4 years?
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. I mean, the first step of leadership is handling your own business. And, he's been a tremendous student. He shows up to everything on time. He's early. He sets the standard for what we want to do and what we want to be about. And the other guys understand that. He's also able to, interpret things for, interpret what I say for the rest of the group on some things. And, he's taken the next step with his leadership. He's always been somebody who leads by example, but he's been a lot more vocal this year, making sure he knows that you can't do it alone. And sometimes we've tried to do it. You can't just do it by yourself. Like, you got to have other guys coming with you. You got to have other guys moving with you. And Darius has taken that on. He's going to have a career year this year, his best year. And he's done everything we've asked since he's been here, and we want to pay it off here in his senior year and make sure he has his best year as he moves forward.
Yeah. Hey, Will. It's Glenn West.
Glenn, you're muted.
I don't know. I hit the unmute button. I guess I got muted.
Here we go. You're good now.
All right. Talk about, the fact that you've had, really each of your first 3 years, kind of a solid 4 guys returning. And I know this year you have Darius, but it's, a lot of new pieces that you're trying to mix in here and find the right, combinations for. Just how fun has it been for you as a coach, just, tinkering with all the different possibilities of lineups and all that this off season?
Yeah, it's been exciting. I really like the group that we've put together. I told our team the other day, it's hard for me to get mad at them sometimes because I like them so much. Like, actually, they're fun to be around. They're fun to coach. Like, sometimes I got to make myself mad before I walk into practice so I can kind of get out of us what I need to get out of us some days. But I like the I like what we have. I really think we've got guys. Some of the newer guys and the transfers have high major experience and high-level experience. Penson is, you'd think he's been here. He came from a great program at Missouri. Coach Martin does a tremendous job, and he's fit right in. And then obviously you've got Darius, and nobody in our programs made a bigger jump than Imwani Wilkinson. And he played for us last year, started a bunch of games for us last year. But there's nobody that's had a better offseason in our program than Imwani. I mean, he's going to look like a new player, especially on the offensive end. When people see him, they're going to be shocked. And so he's had a tremendous offseason, and some of the other guys have continued to grow. And so it's fun. Every year is fun. Every year is a different puzzle. You got to put the pieces to the puzzle together. And I'm excited about the opportunity to coach these guys and opportunity to put this puzzle together and hopefully make it a masterpiece.
Hey, Coach, Mike Scarborough with TigerBait.com. Are you about to have a couple of big visit weekends? Obviously, Auburn's the big weekend for football. Are you going to do the same in basketball? How would you characterize your early schedule, particularly that Niceville tournament, the Emerald Classic? How did that come about? And how would you classify this multi-year stretch of prospects in the state of Louisiana? Would you say it's average, below average? It seems like it might be a little down as far as numbers, as far as SEC caliber talent.
Well, that was a loaded question, Mike. That was 3 for 1. You got your money's worth.
Yeah.
The first part, yes. Football weekends are always big recruiting weekends for us. We anticipate having, we're going to have a majority of this group back. So we're really in the 2022 class. We've got a commitment. We take 1 or 2. We need 1 more for sure, and we take a second if it's the right guy. But we're not really. We're really spending our time. We've got a bunch of young kids coming in these next 2 weekends with Auburn and Florida. We've got, really the 5 or 6 of our top 2023s coming in. In these next couple weekends. So, we're going to focus on some of the younger classes and working through that and getting those guys on campus early, because I feel like for the first time, we're not going to have the drastic roster turnover that we've had. Now, we're going to lose some guys, and, but we're in a pretty good spot with our roster for the next couple years. And so we're really focusing more down the road. The tournament in Niceville is actually something I signed up for as soon as we got here, just because I know there's a lot of LSU fans that have, that vacation in Destin, vacation down that way, and a bunch of people, a bunch of our boosters have houses down there. And so I felt like it was, when you go to these early season tournaments, I felt like there's already a lot of people in Louisiana that kind of spend Thanksgiving in that area. And I thought it would be a great tournament for us to get in. I was actually signed up So it'll be the first time I've been I've been to the junior college there 100 times for recruiting, but this will be the first time my team at Chattanooga played in it, but it was the year after I left. I was signed up to play in it there. My team at VCU, I was signed up to play in it. They played in it 2 years ago. So this will be the first time I actually get to go to Niceville, but the third time I've been signed up for the tournament, or the school I've worked at's been a part of the tournament. But the guy, Maury Hanks with Global Sports, he does a phenomenal job organizing things and gets things going. So we're excited about that. The competition is going to be good. Oregon State made the Elite Eight. Penn State had a good year. Wake Forest, Coach Forbes, they whipped our tail a couple years ago when he was at East Tennessee State. Brooke Savage, one of their assistants, is a good friend of mine. So it'll be a challenging tournament for us as we move forward. And then, as it relates to the state, I think a lot of the best athletes now are just playing football earlier. If you look since we've been here, I think the last 3 years since we've been here, there's been like 64 4- and 5-star football recruits from the state of Louisiana. There's been, or top 100 or something like that. There's been one basketball. And so, it's a challenge. The best athletes are specializing earlier in sports. And so that specialization has led to football and baseball in a lot of instances. In my opinion, one of the best basketball players in the state last year is one of our receivers from Walker. He was Brian Thomas Jr. was a tremendous basketball player as well. So I think you see a lot of that, and there are some good younger players in the state. There's some 2023s, 2024s. There's some good younger players in the state, and there's some really good coaching and really good basketball programs in the state. But when you're trying to recruit at an elite level and you're trying to get the elite of the elite, part of it's just population too. We got 4.5 million people, and there's 3.2 million people in Greater Houston, and so part of it's just a population deal as well. So there's a lot of factors that go into it, but certainly when there's great players in the state, we want to recruit the best ones.
Thank you.
Hey,
I got all three of them, Mike.
I know. Thank you.
What's up, Matt?
How you doing, Coach? Well, just looking at your backcourt, obviously Xavier and Brandon this year bring a little different style. Just what are your points of emphasis for them going into the year, and just how you're going to kind of try to get them on the same page going into the year?
Same point of emphasis I always have with our point guards. Don't turn it over. We better shoot it before we turn it over. So get that thing on the backboard before we turn it over. But I'll tell you one thing now. Xavier Penson he's better than I thought. He's been a huge surprise. And I'm not just talking, I knew he's a good basketball player, but just being able to play point guard and pass and see the floor, and he's as good as I've seen it, getting down the seams and creating rotation and drives. He's going to be really, really good for us. You got Eric Gaines back there who's, played for us last year and fast, and we finally got him pushing the ball and playing off 2 feet. Adam Miller, somebody who can make shots, and he's developing into a good playmaker, into a solid playmaker. But he's somebody that makes shots, that can score at a high level. And Brandon Murray, man, our fans are going to love him. He is a pit bull. We're running 5-on-0 offense at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he's cutting like we're in overtime of the national championship game. Everything he does he does it extremely hard. He does it the right way, and so he is absolutely tenacious. And so we're excited about those guys. We're excited about those guys in the backcourt.
Hey, Will, your first off season.
Hey, Billy.
How are you? Rolling back. Greg Golden left in the off season. You bring in new staff with Jasper Bibbs. Just how do you think it went? Was it a chance for you guys to look at some things and maybe do things differently?
Yeah, well, we actually have we have a new strength coach, Lauren Green, actually. And so, Yeah, I don't know if Kent got the media advisory out on that yet. But you know, it's a way yeah, it's a good question. You know, you kind of only know what you know. And, you know, what we've been doing was very, very effective, and Coach Golden is phenomenal. And I still lean on him for advice. I still talk to him. But there's a bunch of different ways to doing things, and you've got to evolve and you've got to move forward. And so, you know, Lauren was with Coach Green was with the Brooklyn Nets. He was with the Los Angeles Dodgers in baseball and ran their minor league system. I mean, he has just a wide-ranging kind of college and pro sports background. And you know, there's some new ideas, there's some new things that you know that are out there that I think we're taking advantage of. I think our guys are taking advantage of, and I can tell from our guys' questions to me, our guys trying to get in the weight room extra. You know, some of our guys are doing 2-a-days, trying to get in there extra. That there's buy-in and that they believe in what we're doing. Now we're still lifting weights. We're not doing all bands. We're not, you know, we're still doing a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think there's a new, you know, some new methods that'll prove to be successful for us.
And then Justice Williams, what have you seen from him so far since he's been on campus?
Well, he's been great. You know, we're getting his foot looked at right now. He had a little bit of a foot problem at Montverde. He missed a month. He actually got an MRI yesterday. We're getting it read. We'll get everything. We'll kind of know everything tomorrow what we want to do with him. But he's been great. He plays at a tremendous pace. We had a scrimmage the other day. He had 8 points, 8 assists, and 10 rebounds. Which is just tremendous line. He's a little bit different point guard than what we've had. He's not necessarily a scoring first point guard. It's really pass the ball, rebound the ball. You can't speed him up. He plays at one pace, and so he's somebody we think's got a very, very bright future. He's a hard worker. He's diligent. He's about his business, and you know, we're excited about him.